What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. Hope that you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday evening. So, Sean Diddy Combs alleged Mule, an associate of illegal substances, has had all of his charges dropped in his case in regarding the airport bus. Let's go ahead and get into this story. So, we know Brendan Paul, whose arrest earlier this year caused further attention to the rap mogul's lifestyle, completed a diversion program designed for first-time offenders. All charges filed against the former Syracuse University basketball player and associate of Sean Diddy Combs, who was accused of running illegal substances for the mogul, were dismissed today after he completed a pretrial diversion program, his attorney announced. Brendan Paul, who's 25 years old, he was arrested on March 25th at the Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport after authorities discovered illegal substances in his luggage. He was arrested on felony charges of possession of suspected cocaine and possession of suspected Mary Jane candy. Mr. Paul's case was formally dismissed today in its entirety, attorney Brian Bieber told The Hollywood Reporter via email on Tuesday. Prosecutors were initially only pursuing the cocaine charge, but as part of the plea deal, typically offered to first-time illegal substance offenders, Paul began a 6-month pretrial diversion program. On Tuesday, the former Orange man completed the course. Florida court records indicate that all the requirements Paul needed to complete the program have been met. In the amended version of the civil lawsuit filed in a New York federal district court by record producer Rodney Lil John Jones, Paul is referred to as Combs's Mule. The complaint filed has horrible details from Jones' 18 months spent alongside the rap mogul and launched wild speculations around Diddy's lifestyle and his secret freak-off parties. Jones' complaint states that Paul procured, transported, and distributed multiple illegal substances. I'm not going to read all of them, but I'll link the article if you guys want to see exactly what they are. But it's pretty much almost every illegal substance that I can think of off the top of my head. You think about it, it's listed here. So packing these substances in their carry-on luggage and going through TSA. Wow, that's bold. I mean, I'm sorry. I just, I get it, but I mean, from what I've heard, certain people are searched more thoroughly than others, but that is a bold to bring. And you'll see this long list of what he brought in and out of the airport through TSA. The civil suit also states that Paul was required to carry Combs's pow pow on their person whenever they went out. And he also was tasked with producing S workers for the now jailed rapper, negotiating their rates and ensuring they were paid by Combs, according to the affidavit in Jones's suit. Paul's arrest in March came the same day authorities searched Combs' property in Los Angeles and Miami in a bi-coastal raid. Combs was arrested on September 16th and is charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and S trafficking. He is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where he was denied bail and will remain until his trial in May. Combs pleaded not guilty to all the criminal charges on Tuesday, September 17th, in a federal court in Manhattan. So Brendan Paul is now a free man. He's completely off of the hook, and he completed a 6-month diversion program. And here's my question, right? And again, well, I guess my initial question was, is justice blind in this country? And the answer is no. But, considering that this is a first-time offense, and I'm sure that he had a very good lawyer with the last name Bieber, I wonder if he's related to Justin. But, it's interesting to see certain programs benefit certain people. Like, I'm wondering how many people, um, you know, would qualify for this first time diversion program where essentially they not only drop all the felony charges, but they expunge your record. So it's like you've never committed any of these crimes. And these were some pretty serious crimes. These weren't just misdemeanor charges, these were felony charges that Brendan Paul had on his record. And according to Jones's affidavit, he wasn't just, carrying these illegal substances in and out of the airport. And I don't know if that was international or just domestic, because international carries, even a bigger um, sentence or fine. But he was also procuring, human beings, trafficking. Like, these are serious. So my question is, it was a 6-month program. I'm wondering what would be the qualifications for that. Who would qualify, who they decide to, be a part of this program. It's all very interesting, and I'm interested to see if this was some kind of bargaining chip for him to testify against Diddy. A lot of people are speculating that it is, that he's going to be one of the people that are going to be singing like a canary in May. So I'll keep you guys posted. But, this is really interesting. I mean, Cassie already named a whole lot of things in her lawsuit, so I'm sure that she's going to be there as well. They have Little John, or Little John, sorry, Little John, Little Rod, Rodney Jones, his affidavit. So my guess is this was probably, what they used to get Brendan out. Like, saying, like, if you give us a bigger fish, Diddy, then we'll let you out of prison or let you out of all of these charges. I don't even think he went to trial. This is a pre-trial affidavit, so he didn't even have to go to trial. Wow. I'm just thinking in my head, because I'm like, I know so many people that could have used a break like that, you know, especially people who are, who are addicts who use these illegal substances to deal with the trials and tribulations and the hardships of life. Not saying that that's right, but what I'm saying is the older I get, the more life be life, and the more empathetic I am. And I wish that this was something that they offered to more people. Um, but, Brendan is off the hook. Essentially, all of his charges were dropped. I'm curious to know, what he said behind the scenes. I guess we'll find out in May. And also, people are saying, that Diddy is going to be dropping names as well. Now, listen, who knows? Back when Jeffrey Epstein was still alive, they said that he had a. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. My phone was still on. But they said that Jeffrey Epstein had a long list of people who visited that island off the coast of St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. And um, and I've seen it. I know exactly. It's right off the East Coast, the East End, to be honest. I know exactly where it is. I've never been there. I just saw it when I was in St. Thomas. And I didn't even know that that's what it was when I was there. And listen, I was in St. Thomas years and years and years ago, when I was younger. Love the island, love the people, love the food, love the culture. Um, but I had no idea. I thought it was just, there's little, like when you go to like I'm in the Grand Cayman and Cayman Islands, there's all these little, neighboring islands. So I just thought it was just one of those little neighboring islands. I've been to, St. John, St. Croix and the British Virgin Islands as well. So I thought it was just one of those little, breakaway offshoots, privately owned island. Well, I had the privately owned, correct. But what I didn't know until the whole Jeffrey Epstein debacle came out was what was actually going on there. And it broke my heart too, because one young lady said that I think she tried to swim. She tried to jump from the island to try to swim to St. Thomas. They call it the Rock because it's, the biggest island to the east end. And my thing is, now the Caribbean water is gorgeous, it's clear, but I think they said it was like at least like 8 miles. And I've swam 1 mile. I can only imagine. And when I was in the British Virgin Islands, I got caught up in a rip wave, a riptide. Wave. Y'all know I'm tired. A riptide. And I remember, it went. I had to swim sideways to actually get out of it. It was some seaweed that got stuck into my snorkel. And I remember, having to, like, I swam 2 strokes and got pushed back. Swam 2 strokes and got pushed back. So I was like praying because I was like, Lord, don't let me be exhausted out here. Everybody else was like, scattered everywhere and on the shore, my friends and stuff. But the point is, I don't know if she would have been able to make it 8 miles. So I'm glad that she didn't attempt to. But man, that breaks my heart. But going back to, Epstein supposedly had a list. I'm thinking, with the whole Diddy thing, I don't know. Part of, people are saying that he's getting special privileges using other people's phones. But I don't know if that's going to change in regards to whether he has a list or not. Listen, I don't really care. Because Diddy has made so many people's lives miserable. I feel like he should spend the rest of his life in prison. However, just as a human being, I feel like everybody has due process, is entitled to due process, being a U.S. citizen, even someone as heinous and as barbaric as Sean Diddy Combs and the things that he allegedly has done. But if Brendan, decides to cooperate with the feds in order for all of his charges to be dropped, I feel like it's going to give us a lot more insight into what was actually going on behind the scenes. So in regards to Epstein, I'm not sure if he's going to make it to that trial by May. Who knows? Epstein didn't make it to his trial, unfortunately, because he had a long list of names that he was supposedly going to air out. It's never come to light because the powerful are protected. Privacy is definitely something that the rich and the famous and the powerful hold, near and dear. At least they used to, more so before the social media age. But I feel like those who are really wealthy and those who are really powerful, you won't hear half the stuff. We don't know half the stuff that they do, not even a fraction of it, to be honest. They're so protected, it's ridiculous. But we will see. I will, bring you guys an update in regards to, Brendan Paul, and if he decides to cooperate with the feds. I'm sure he already has, which is why he's out walking a free man. I hope that this first time offender program, they offer it to more people, not just those who are, well connected or, went to Syacuse University, or I don't know. I hope that it's offered to people who really truly need it. So with that being said, you guys let me know your thoughts about Brendan Paul and him having all of his charges dropped. Do you think that it's a result of him working with the feds and, he's going to sing on the stand come May, turning on Diddy? Or do you think that he was just cut a lucky break? I don't know. Anyway, talk with me. Let me know your thoughts. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.